Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AHMAD Ziyad Abqari bin AYUB. My metric number is 2217215. And today I'm going to talk about the roles of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia. But before that, Jakim actually stands for Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia, or in English we call it as Department of Islamic Development in Malaysia. Jakim was established on the 1st January 1997, and basically we can say that Jakim is actually a government organization that administers Islamic law, Islamic matters in Malaysia. So next, we move on to the main points of our discussion today, which are the roles of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia. So firstly, the role of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia is to enact and standardize Islamic law in Malaysia. Okay. So the 39th meeting of the National Council of Islamic Religious Affairs that was conducted in 1997 has actually came into agreement to standardize Islamic law in Malaysia. Okay, and from that meeting as well, Jakim was actually appointed to draft Islamic law that will be used as a model for states in Malaysia to enact their Islamic law. Okay, and the draft that was made by Jakim was discussed with representative from all states, and then it was presented to the Attorney General Chambers and the Conference of Rulers in order to get their approval. Okay, and then after that, after the approval has been obtained, the draft was presented in the sitting or the conference of the state legislative assembly for each state. Okay, in each state. Okay, and furthermore, there were 6 drafts of Islamic law that were made or that were drafted by Jakim, which are Islamic family law, Sharia court evidence, Sharia criminal procedure, Sharia court civil procedure, administration of Islamic law, and Sharia criminal offences. Okay, and after that, as a result of this effort from Jakim and the government, during the period of 2000s, many states in Malaysia have actually started to amend their all enactment of Islamic law in order to follow the drafts that were made by Jakim. Okay, for example, we can see Islamic Family Law Enactment 2003 for the state of Johor, and then Administration of the Religion of Islam Enactment 2006 for the state of Perlis, and Sharia Criminal Procedure 2003 for the state of Selangor, and many more. Next, another role of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia is to develop and standardize Islamic education in Malaysia. Okay, so Jakim has actually contributed to various developments of Islamic education in Malaysia. Okay, for example, the establishment of the very well-known Darul Quran. Okay, so Darul Quran is actually an institution of tahfiz education in Malaysia. And for your information, the idea of the formation or the establishment of Darul Quran was first brought up by Malaysia's first Prime Minister, okay, that is Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Haj, during the inauguration or the launching of the National Mosque of Malaysia in 1965. Okay, so next, Jakim also has established Kelas Al-Quran and Fardu Ain or KAFA. Okay, so KAFA is actually a syllabus of Islamic education for year 1 to year 6 students in Malaysia. Okay, so this syllabus is actually offered or included for schools that are registered under the State Islamic Authority for each state, okay, or pihak berkuasa agama negeri. Okay, and there are many subjects included for the syllabus of KAFA. Okay, for example, Sharia, and then Sirah or biography of Prophet Muhammad, and then Jawi, and then Had, and then ethics or Akhlaq, and many more subjects. Furthermore, another role of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia is to be in charge in the development of religion of Islam and the Islamic community or Muslim community in Malaysia. Okay, so an example of this role is actually the program of propagation of Islam or dakwah to the Aboriginal people in Malaysia, okay, that was conducted by Jakim. Okay, so there are many activities and programs conducted by Jakim for to propagate or to promote the religion of Islam to the Aborigines in Malaysia. Okay, for example, the program called Ihya Ramadan. Okay, so this program is conducted in the Aborigines villages in Malaysia, and it is conducted mainly to encourage the Aboriginal people to enlighten the month of Ramadan and fill it with various kinds of ibadah or worships. Okay, and some of the activities conducted for this program, obviously iftar jama'i or iftar together, and then tazkirah and the performance of tarawih prayer in congregation. Okay, and after that, according to a report by Jakim, in 2011, there were 54 series of this Ihya Ramadan program that managed to be conducted by Jakim for the Aborigines and other ethnics in Malaysia. Okay, and then next, another example of this role is the concept of Rahmah that was initiated by Jakim for the administration of mosque in Malaysia. Okay, so basically Rahmah stands for Ramah, Aman, Harmony, Mesra, Alami, and Hormat. Okay, and basically to implement this concept of Rahmah, the committee or the Jawatan Kuasa of Moses in Malaysia encouraged to conduct various kinds of activities and programs. Okay, for example, knowledge sharing or majlis ilmu and community service. So we have come to the end of our discussion. So in conclusion, there are three roles of Jakim in the administration of Islamic law in Malaysia that I have been discussing just now, which is the first one is to enact and standardize Islamic law in Malaysia. The second one is to develop and standardize Islamic education in Malaysia. And the last one is to be in charge in the development of the religion of Islam and the Islamic community in Malaysia. Okay, so I think that will be all from me. Thank you for watching and listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.